What's up, guys? Welcome back to the AM, everybody. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy. Welcome back to the show predicated on the journey of business and life. If you're new to the show, thanks for joining us and thanks for tuning in today. So today, guys, I wanted to talk about the key to self-improvement. I recently just got asked this question about how do you improve? And somebody asked me, what is the key? And I believe there are actually three central parts to self-improvement at the core and at the foundational level. And I kind of want to talk about them, and I just want to lay some groundwork because I think if you've got all three of these, you're really going to win and succeed in life. So the first one for self-improvement is honesty. Okay? I think without honesty, you're not going to improve, you're not going to grow. And here's why. Self-deception is one of the biggest pitfalls that we all personally have, and it is one of the most detrimental things that we can do to ourselves. So for instance, before getting on the Get Unfat program, I used to think, I'm not that overweight, I'm not that fat, I'm not these things, and I lied to myself about it, and then really sitting down and going, oh my gosh, let me be honest. Is this really healthy? And the answer was no. Okay, is this really a long-term solution? The answer is no. Do I have a problem with food? The answer is yes. And really listing out all the items in my life that are surrounding food and surrounding the problem, from negative, in other words, what's negative and what's detrimental to me, neutral, what's just normal, and then positive, what am I actually doing about it to really improve this area? And it required honesty to do that. And without honesty, that is not going to happen. And so you're not going to improve if you don't have a love for the truth, and if you're not pursuing honesty with yourself first and then with others second. The third key to really have in your life for self-improvement is humility. You must be able to be wrong, okay? You're not going to love the truth if you don't want to be wrong, because more often than not, the truth points out how we are wrong and where we are wrong, and that's hard. Being wrong takes humility, but it'll be one of the most powerful and best things you can ever do for yourself if you're willing to do that. If you're willing to tell people, if you're willing to have people in your life tell you when you're wrong, if you're really willing to self-assess and tell yourself that you're wrong, the humility to do that is going to be so key. And then that humility carries over into everything else you do. That humility carries over into conversations. It carries over into relationships. It carries over into work. And as a result, because you are looking and really seeing where you're wrong, it's going to automatically produce improvement in your life. And the problem is when we look at when we're wrong, we've got a myriad of emotions going on oftentimes. Or we just think, oh man, I'm not good enough. I have something to prove, or this or that. And then we get stuck there versus really realizing that when I look at where I'm wrong, it's really just a key to progress forward, to learn, and to grow from that one area or for that one decision. Like looking back at my life, every time I've been wrong and every time I've acknowledged I'm wrong, that's how I've moved forward. And going back to honesty, if you're really honest with yourself, every area that you've really moved forward in, that you've had major growth in, you've had major change in, you've acknowledged that you were wrong, or you've acknowledged that you were doing something wrong, or you listen to somebody telling you, hey, that's not the way to do it. You should think about doing it this way. And that allows you to move forward. Being wrong, failure is what actually propels you forward. Saying no to things is what propels you forward. So the third key, and I want to get to this, I think is very important, and I think this one is one of the most overlooked ones, is curiosity. You are never going to improve without being curious. If you don't constantly ask, why is this happening? Why am I stuck here? Why am I doing these things that I'm doing? Why is work broken? Why can't I seem to get past this point? Why do we always experience fires? Why? If you are not asking yourself why, if you're not really pursuing those things with a curious intent to learn, to understand and discover the problem and the root of the problems, you're not going to grow. One of the signs of intelligence, in my opinion, and high intelligence in people is a high level of curiosity. If you are curious, you are going to discover, grow, and change. And as you guys improve and grow throughout life, always remember this: heart plus attitude win over IQ every time in the long term. And this is what we're talking about. All of this is heart, and it's not IQ. Anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.